Let's talk about do's and don'ts for the viral Madewell Woven Bag. I bought this bag for around $100 on sale during the 25% off Madewell Insiders event. And for that price, it's a great bag. Check out my other video on how to add some structural support to the bag very easily. Just the do's and don'ts on daily maintenance and how to make sure this bag lasts as long as possible in your wardrobe. First, do not get this bag wet. So to the extent that you can, make sure to protect it from rain or any type of moisture. When thin strips of leather like this get wet, they will stretch and deform. So if you get this bag wet and, for example, store it like this, it will, when it dries, it will hold this shape as to going back to its normal shape. So it's really important that when something like that's wet, that you stuff the bag fully into the shape that you want and then let it air dry. Second, I would hold off from putting anything overly heavy into this bag because it lacks structural support, meaning there's no lining in this bag. So you have to be extra careful in protecting this bag from having heavy things in it because it will unnecessarily cause uneven pressure on certain parts of the leather. So it'll cause that to deform. It cannot be treated the same as the same bag made from a whole piece of hide. If you remember my Coachtopia video, I talk about how whenever you cut pieces of leather into smaller pieces like this, the structural integrity is compromised. Now it is woven, so you're kind of giving back a little bit of that structural integrity back, but it's not going to be the same. So whenever you add heavy things to it, it's going to push against certain parts of the leather and it might stretch out those parts of the leather the more you use it. So that's just something to know about woven bags like this, is just to be a little bit careful, especially with bags that are made with thinner strips of leather like this. Just take more care. Don't put overly heavy things into the bag. The third thing you need to know is this is probably not going to be your best everyday bag. These leather strips aren't finished. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Just know that with continued wear, you'll get more and more fraying. Just see more fibers coming out and it may look a little bit disheveled. You know, it looks great now, and I think as long as you use it, you know, taking out to dinner, maybe on vacation, simple wear like that, you're probably not going to see that wear as much. Something to keep in mind with the way that the leather was finished. Does that make it a bad bag? Not necessarily. And I'll do a separate video on my comparison of this construction versus the Dragon Diffusion construction, so you kind of get to know the difference as to what to look for in other woven bags. Glad I made the purchase, and I'm looking forward to using it this summer.